So your daughter turned out to be okay.
She
And
landed.
she go through a program?
No, she never, her stuff was just being wild.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember at 14, she had a birthday party for her and just her few closest friends. And we have a little guest house. So I set it up with like these teepees. Your daughter will have a party like this, these little teepees. And I put little special things in each one. And I was so excited. I took pictures of it, showed it to my girlfriends. I was so proud of myself. And I feel like it was like my last hurrah with her being a little girl. I had all matching pajamas, you know, and it turns out I went to bed and they Uber Eats beer in there. Like, so not where I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she was just wild, you know, right out of the gate, like stealing my car and just doing stupid shit. And she was really hard to control, you know? And now that I look back, when she was really young, I once took her to a therapist and thought, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? You know? And the lady's like, look, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is she's going to be hard to raise. The good news is she's never, ever going to be talked into anything she doesn't want to do. She's never going to be peer pressured. And that's turned out to be the truth. You know, she's a force.
Yeah.
But she's also super smart and super cool and just like does her own thing. And if I could do it over again, I would have spent less time trying to squeeze the square peg in the round hole and let her be her.
Yeah.
You know, they were in a little private school. She never fucking fit. Never. Not a day in her life. You know, I remember a talent show she was in. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I think the winner was like a little pianist, you know, with like a little tie. And she came in like singing a Meghan Trainor song. Like, if I were you, I'd want to be me too, was the title. And she just came in just like guns blazing, like no. And I was always trying to make her smaller, like make her fit a little more, make her more like, make her fit for the audience a little bit more. And if I was younger and I was more insecure myself, and I think that's also sobriety. You have years of not fitting yourself.
Yeah, of course.
So when you have a kid, that fucks you up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I wish I could go back to those days and stand in the front row and be like, yes, that's my daughter. And instead I was like, oh shit, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking buckle your seatbelt, you know? She didn't win the talent show nonetheless. But interestingly, they actually had real judges. And this one guy had just like this crazy hair and he also didn't fit in. And he followed us out at the end. And he said, hey, he said, listen, I want to tell you that I voted for you. And he said, don't lose that thing you have. You're a winner. And I remember thinking like, wow, like he was bold enough to